Hey, this is Sam Black with my third match with Abzan Procession and Standard on the play with a slightly shaky hand, but I'm going to keep it. That's fine. My lands are just a little slow. I don't have a procession. Or I do have a procession. I don't have a stockpile. The important one. Gonna get a swamp here. It's a little tempting to get a plains to be sure I can get in, but I have Cryptothrite that will likely let me do that. Sure, makes sense. Makes me kind of wish I had played my land after playing Cryptothrite, but I wanted to play around Censor. I guess now that I have double white, I can just play this and cycle the groves. So this is the turn when my opponent's trying to resolve Glimmer. I'm going to play Procession, which is worth countering, but which my opponent might not counter, and lets me keep Gideon for later, which is a more immediate and powerful threat. My opponent's going to Glimmer, which is a fairly likely outcome. Now things like my Thraben Inspector, and especially Westvale Abbey, if I can draw one, are very large threats. Yeah, will you let me resolve another one? Immediately, yes. Doesn't even think about it. Yeah, I did not care about the Inspector. I was in it for the 4 clues. Can we do it again? Yes, all right. Magnus Wraith, Thraben Inspector over Glimmer. Can I do this? Can I do this? Maybe that's too greedy. Maybe I need to make my opponent act here by playing Gideon. If my opponent allows the procession, it doesn't really get me very far because 2 processions is already so threatening for anything else like that resolving. Too bad. Okay, now we just pass and activate Westphale. Opponent plays a Gearhulk. Casts Glimmer. I'm probably dead. No, wait, I get to make 4 blockers, so my opponent has to have the Sweeper to kill me. Sweltering Suns. I'm doing this now to play around Disallow, of course. There's Sweltering Suns. So obviously after Fatal Push rotted my hand, it's tempting to cut it, but you have to be careful because they always bring in Thing in the Ice, but you still don't want 4 Fatal Push because Anguished Unmaking answers any of the problems. Don't want too many Crypto Thrites. The first one's fine, but after that it's just a card that they can let resolve. I need to cut one more thing. I actually like these early creatures that pressure them and they have to find some answer to, especially with Ulvenwald Mysteries. I'm going to cut a Procession. I just don't want too many 4s, and Ulvenwald Mysteries lets me grind similarly for less mana. Like, pretty different effect, but similar idea, where my cards, it just makes my cards do more, and helps me as the game goes longer. This looks fine. Hidden Stockpile is very valuable. Is a recurring theme, but especially Hidden Stockpile on the play in this matchup where I know it's going to resolve. I think I should play around Censor here. That's fine. So, might as well attack, I think. And then, of course, since my opponent's on 4 mana, I'm assuming that they would like to use this turn to draw 2. So I'm going to play my highest impact thing, which in this case is a Catacomb Sifter. And I would like to scry into Revolt. I don't care about lifelink. This seems fine. I'm not digging very far, and I'm just looking for threats, relevant plays. Main phase Glimmer. Looks like someone who did not have a 5th land. This is kind of overextending into Sweltering Suns, but I get to scry a ton if my opponent casts it to try to stick a Gideon or something, although my opponent does have enough mana for the Sweltering Suns counterspell combo. Nope. Nope. Yeah, sure. I actually still think I want the Hidden Stockpile. It lets me play Stockpile and bring back Cat and sacks Cat to Stockpile. There's the negate. Yeah, I think I want to scry. These fatal pushes didn't work out well. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. Unfortunately, I don't have enough mana to Gideon and push. Push is probably more important. have to take the 5 here. Let's try a stockpile, I suppose. That's too bad. So my top card is stockpile, and the card below that is also stockpile. I don't currently have anything in play, so I don't think those are what I'm looking for, especially in large numbers. Let's put that on the bottom. I wonder if my opponent's going to cast Memory. It doesn't look like it would be very good for me since they have so many more lands, but I'm also kind of behind at the moment. If their hand is bad and they don't Memory, like if their hand is a land or something, and they don't Memory, and I play Gideon, and they don't have any answer to it or the token, then I can block and start doing something, which I mean, maybe just get them to cast Memory. Okay, so Thing in the Ice into Memory. I assume if you Thing in the Ice there, you have to Memory. Yep. That was not a good hand. Oh, that's the wrong order. Threw away life for no reason. Still want to cast the Anointer Priest. Just gave away life. Yeah, I'm not winning this one. Doesn't kill the Catacomb Sifter. So yeah, now my opponent gets to flip the other Thing in the Ice, and there's nothing I can do about it. And I obviously can't gain 11 life this turn. Alright, well that was not a great showing. This matchup is weird. Sometimes it feels like none of their cards matter, and they just fall behind and can't really interact. Other times they don't, and they just draw cards and my spells don't matter. It's probably largely about the early game and about their sweepers to catch up. It's kind of felt like it might depend on how much they know how to play the matchup, but it's just a weird one. I really have no idea how favored I am or anything after testing it a bunch.